Welcome everyone to Let's Play Final Fantasy XIV: The Road to Heavensward, and we are covering the patches. We have covered some of the side quests, namely the 3 primals on hard mode. There's one of the required side quests we have to do. There's another side quest that we have to do that leads to our first raid, but we won't be doing that today. We have plenty of time to cover that. So we want to continue right where you left off after the ultimate weapon fight, and that is with the quest, The Price of Principles. That is the first quest you get right after you turn in the quest to defeat ultimate weapon. But before we do that, there's one thing that we want to do here. And this is especially useful for those of you who are on the free trial and may not be able to purchase stuff off of the open market. I touched on this earlier, but this is a store in Revenant's Toll in Dona, and this will sell you level 130 item level gear for Tombstones of Poetics. And we have been working on outfitting Kasmeer here with gear for her Lancer class. We are working on the Warrior class, but the Warrior isn't up to level 50 here, so we're going to continue to outfit Kasmeer, the Dragoon here, so that we can continue to do dungeons should they come up without having to worry about our item level. Anyway, you can get Tombstones of Poetics by completing the dungeons Kasmeer, the Praetorium, which I ran through earlier today, and the Trial, the Porta de Mocana, which is the ultimate weapon fight. You get 100 for the ultimate weapon fight, 100 for Kasmeer, and 150 for the Praetorium, because it's the longest, because of the cutscenes are not skippable. Now, I've already shown that you can get armor and accessories. I'm talking with Oriana here. Just choose the first option for melee fighters or physical fighters. The second option for magic users. Now, the one thing I didn't cover here is speak with Alina here. Now, the first option is for level 110. The second option, Ironworks gear, that is for level 130. And you can upgrade your weapon to a level 130 weapon here. And now the weapons you get from the primal fights are only level 70. So we can certainly benefit from this. Now we currently have, I've been doing a little bit of grinding, so we have 744. So let us go ahead and get ourselves a new lance for our Dragoon here. The character. Recommended gear. See, and now our item level is already up to 106, and that's because we've upgraded all our weapons or all our armor set to the set that was given to us from the level 50 quest or level 50 Dragoon quest, which gives us level 90 gear. So we have level 90 gear for our we can still upgrade that to level 130. But most of we've been working on our accessories, and a lot of those are level 130. We just have one ring left, but we need almost 300 tombstones to do that, and we only have like 100 right now. So having that finished, that's how our weapon looks when it's deployed. Put it back, and it stops glowing. Anyway, we need to go back to the Wakingsands. Let us use a ticket here, and we'll meet you there. Okay, we are on our way to the Wakingsands here, but I wanted to cover something really quickly here. Another side quest that you can start on, especially if you're looking to add stuff to your glamour, is speak with Nedrick Ironheart and choose the Weaponsmith of Legend. This will be a side quest series this will take quite a while, but this will start you on the Zodiac legendary Zodiac Weapon Quest series, and this will take a while. This is quite the grind to get, but this will give you the legendary weapon sets for a Realm Reborn, and each DLC, I believe, will have its own legendary weapon set. Now, legendaries is not necessarily a term that the game might use. I am borrowing that term from Guild Wars 2. But anyway, let us continue, because Minfilia is waiting for us. The price of principles. Lightbringer, it pleases me to see you well. Do excuse me for interrupting, Lightbringer. My lady, the gentleman from Ashgiana Exports has just left. I understand why you didn't want to receive him. You did well, Tataru. Please inform the guards that we will not be receiving any further guests this afternoon. Thank you, my lady. Ever since we defeated Gaius Van Belsar and destroyed his ultimate weapon, the eyes of the world have followed our every move, scarce remembering to blink. Where once we worked in secret, with precious few friends, and all too many enemies, we are now besieged by benefactors, each one more eager than the last to offer us his complete support. In true embarrassment of riches. Of course, every promise of patronage comes with a price. Some make their intentions known from the start, while others endeavor to engage us more subtly. Dress it how they will, the message is ever the same. We shall help you, but only if you help us. The gentleman Tataru spoke of was more brazen than most. In exchange for certain supplies, he would have us resolve a business dispute. Naturally, I refused him, as I have every other merchant of his ilk. Alas, the syndicate's overtures are not easily rejected. When we formed the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, it was with the goal of serving Eorzea, not the interest of individual Eorzeans. Our neutrality is fundamental to our cause. In my heart, I know this to be true, and yet, if accepting these offers of patronage could empower us to do greater good, might they not warrant greater consideration? Our Baldessian colleagues have been generous beyond measure, but we cannot expect them to... Forgive me. I did not mean to burden you so. Yet my urge to share this dilemma may not be wholly misguided. Might I impose upon you to consult the others? They are like to have their own opinions on the matter. So basically, everybody wants to say they're proud supporters of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, but as with everything, they're not willing to give it for free. So let us go from front to back. We're going to Yanja be last. Ishtola, recall you are meeting with the Admiral shortly after the Lamentsons sent word of the summoning of Titan. Then mayhap you also recall my words to our host. I said unto Merwib that her people had broken their treaty with the kobolds, and that the beastmen had justly responded, that we had been called to intervene in a conflict which she herself had invited. I spoke, in short, the truth. And wherefore did I speak it? And wherefore did I speak it? Because, owing no allegiance to Limsa, I felt no compulsion to allow the Lilminsons to distort the facts to fit a narrative which justified their actions and absolved them of guilt. Upon this subject, Minfilia can be expected a similar reply. Our many dalliances with the city-states have already weakened our claim to neutrality, but the path she contemplates would see us relinquish it entirely. Thancred. Fortune begets power, and power fortune. That we, and especially you, meaning Lightbringer, have power is beyond doubt. The question is what to do with it. You may be interested to know that there is a growing belief amongst the refugees that Alamigo could be liberated, if only the Scions would commit their strength to the cause. Yet theirs is but one of many causes. We stand at a crossroads, Lightbringer. Each path is paved with good intentions, but where they lead us is far from clear. And that is very true. Papalimo. None can deny that we would benefit from more support. But if it comes at the cost of our principles, neutrality was ever a delicate matter. I've lost count of the times I've had to explain to people that our allegiances need not necessarily lie in the same place as our headquarters. Mind you, if we are to sell our services for Gil, we might as well declare our fealty to Uldo now and have done with it. I'm quite sure Yida would enjoy the bribes. Yida. I have been receiving a lot of gifts lately, but Papalimo keeps making me send them back. It wouldn't be so bad, but some of them are really nice. I mean, very nearly a bend in your principles nice, you know? And, of course, the venerable Urianger. 'Tis the lot of the powerful to attract the covetous as well as the needy. Thus doth prudence dictate that those with power proffer aid with one hand, whilst the other resteth ever on the hilt. Alas, we have not the luxury of time to decipher our petitioners' machinations. Nay, not while the beast tribes do labor unseen, defiant in defeat, to raise up their fallen primals once more. Doubt not that they shall return, stronger and bolder both, nor that we shall be the ones to meet them. This sacred charge shall ever be ours. 'Tis but a pity we are so few, and our fortune so finite. And if you bring up him again, you'll see he probably has the next level of primal fights if you wanted to go to the next higher level. Which I'm not quite sure if it's Savage or what it's called. And finally, Alphnaud, after we speak with everyone else. This situation is not wholly unexpected. I too have given much thought to our organization's future, though it would seem I have reached a different conclusion. Mayhap it's time I made my feelings known to the Descendant. Come along, Lightbringer. Alphnaud, Lightbringer, is aught amiss? You desire counsel, and so you shall have it, Minfilia. The Scions of the Seventh Dawn must leave Ul'dah. We must do what? So long as we remain within Ul'dah territory, we will never be free to act with impunity. Moving our headquarters to Vesper Bay only delayed the inevitable. We have demonstrated our capabilities, and the Syndicate has taken note. They will not suffer our organization to remain independent now. We are far too dangerous for that. Surely you realize they are the reason Vesper Bay still lacks in aetherites? They know full well how beneficial one would be to our cause, which is why it and other favors will be denied us unless we cooperate. If Ul'dah is no longer suitable, where would you have us go? Experience has taught us that appearance of neutrality is as important as the reality. Accordingly, we must keep each of the great nations at arm's length and plant our banner in a place which all agree is to be beyond their borders. More Dona. Revenant's told to be precise. It lies within neutral territory and offers all the essential facilities we require. By way of an additional benefit, it is also frequented by a veritable legion of adventurers who may serve to supplement our ranks. I am, of course, conscious of the fact we have developed a certain bond with Ul'dah and her people over the years, but I truly believe this to be best course of action. As you yourself observed, we have invaluable ties to the local community, forged through years of concerted effort. Ul'dah is our home, Alphnaud. To cast aside everything we have built and start anew in that desolate wasteland would be beyond reckless. The decision is yours to make, Descendant. I ask only that you recall the shared purpose which first moved us to found the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, and which moved you to found the path of the 12 era that we aspire to an ideal. You and I, just as my grandfather did, that makes us more than mere comrades in arms. And we are as much of your family as... That will be all, Alphnaud. I am sure you have some familiar affairs of your own to attend to. Your concern is most gracious, but no. I have left them in the hands of men better suited to the task than I. I could not very well allow my personal affairs to come before the needs of the Order, after all. So I had to choose. I'll choose the elegant pieces. Okay, we shall do one more. It's probably gonna be a lot of talk before we get to the next round of action. Okay, so this is moving on, I believe. Leave Uldal. Has it truly come to this? Oh, Lightbringer. Pray, attend to Alphnaud. He is engaged in some business or other that requires your assistance. Pray, be on your way. Alphnaud awaits upon you, and I have much to think about. Oh, and tell him he shall have my answer in due time. Alphnaud. Confound it. She knows what must be done, and she still hesitates. All because of these fanciful rumors. I should explain. Minfilia's mother, well, adoptive mother, was among the great many who perished during the calamity. Flahaman was her name, though you may know her better as the songstress of Odal. She was a performer of singular talent, which and much beloved by the people of Eorzea, not to mention a certain Charlian minstrel. As you may imagine, the news of her passing was greeted with shock and disbelief by her adoring flowers, many of whom refused to acknowledge what had happened. That her body was never found only serves to encourage speculation. Minfilia, too, struggled at first to accept the truth, but as Flahaman's absence stretched from months to years, she saw there could be no other explanation. Until recently, at any rate. For whatever reason, rumors have once again begun to circulate that Flahaman is still alive and well. One of our informants, Father Illud, has sent word that a woman matching the songstress description has been seen of late at the seaside resort of Costa del Sol. If we could succeed in tracking her down, I have no doubt that any worries that now plague Minfilia's heart might be assuaged. I mean to set forth for Lenosha at once. Let us reconvene there and inquire with Master Gurguruju as to the veracity of these rumors. Now, teleporting there would be 368 gil. We can get there for under half that. Taking 2 ferries. The first ferry you want to take is the usual ferry right at the opposite end from the Wakingsands. This will take us to Limsa Laminsa for 80 gil. And we shall skip the cutscene. So we are in Limsa Laminsa, right by the Alchemist Guild, as you can see from all the... Next we want to take the Aetheryte to the Fisherman's Guild. And talk to the ferry skipper. And Costa del Sol is one of the many options we can go to. And welcome to Costa del Sol, a level 30 plus region. It's not the first time we've been here. We've been here for the original story as well. You're talking with Wisecat when we were making ourselves worthy for the first time that we battled Titan. But the master of the resort is behind Wisecat at the back of the upper platform here. O sweet Scion of the Sands, I'm a Kote Muse. Why have you forsaken me? Titan's Bane, I mean Lightbringer. What brings you to my humble resort? Bahamut, you mean to tell me the goddess made flesh who dwelt among us until very recently was the songstress of Udal? Egaz woman, if I had known that, I would have chained her to my bedpost and never let her leave. Oh, for shame. To think that she now plies her trade for the riffraff of the West, or wherever she said she was going. Is it a tragedy, I say, a tragedy? West, is it? Thank you, Master Gurguruju. Informational service well. That said, there are any number of places she could be. I shall begin my search by the docks and see if any witnesses might have some knowledge to spare. I would be most appreciative if you could travel on to Wineport and do the same. So, I'm gonna break one of the walls here. You can't get to Wineport by going to the north of the map, and there is a ferry that will take you into the other half of the map. But we've unlocked flying, so we can just fly over the mountains to get there. Although the one thing I should warn you about is if you don't like getting, if you want immersion, then you may not want to do this. And remember, this was the guy who helped us when we battled Titan the first time around. Okay. So most likely have to talk with the boss of the establishment. And this guy also helped us the first time around with Titan. Well, if it isn't Lightbringer, the savior of Wineport, what do we owe the pleasure? Yes. Well, we did receive a customer matching that description. She was a delight to behold. To give the woman her due, but her perfume was so ghastly, I had no choice but to eject her from the premises, interfering with tastings, you understand. If she is your quarry, why not consult your blind associate? His olfactory perception is without peer. Given that I could smell the woman from a mile away, I dare say he could smell her from 10. Okay, we have to go back to our compatriot. Or do we? Nope. We need to go west because there's someone else we need to talk to. Huh? You want to know if I've seen a Makote lass by the name of Bahamut? I wish. I haven't seen a lass of any description for far too bloody long. Or excepting yourself, of course. So now we have to go back to our blind compatriot, I believe. Before he basically just talked that he already found out about our battle over Titan and gave us a wine glass in tribute. I see you have had many grand adventures since last we spoke, Lightbringer. You must share them with me sometime. The girl from a little while ago, one does not forget a perfume like that. So robust and intoxicating, yet simultaneously familiar. Reminiscent of a bloom native to these parts, in fact. I said as much when we spoke. She complimented my powers of observation and asked me where she might find some of the flowers. So I told her to follow the road south into Raincatcher Gully and then head east after crossing the second bridge. The flowers which grow in the shade of the cliff have the strongest scent, you see. If you make haste, you may find her there. Okay, and now we're in the area we want to be. And there's our... And looks like our friend here has gotten into some problems. I'm in your debt, stranger. I did not realize my activities had aroused Agabula's ire until it was way too late. Their oils can be used to make a perfume, you see, and Flahaman? I don't... Who are you? Who do you serve? It appears you've already found our woman. Consider me impressed, my friend. The songstress of Ulda, I presume. Minfilia, or should I say, Asila, is looking for you. Asilia? You are the very picture of health, milady. Yet the world thinks you are dead. I can only conclude that this was by design. The question is, why? Not everyone who endeavors to find me does so with best intentions, child. You will be pleased to know that I fully intend to reveal myself to Minfilia when the time is right. Oh? Well, that does please me, more than you know, but tell me, sojourns in the forest of Lenosha aside, when exactly will the time be right? When I deem it so. Do you imagine I traveled all this way on a whim? As I was telling your associate prior to your intrusion, I came here to harvest these flowers for use in a perfume. Does that satisfy your curiosity, or would you interrogate me further? My apologies for the interruption. Anyway, now that we have that which we came for, why don't we continue this conversation in a safer locale, Lineport, say? This is not all how I had envisioned it. I can scarce begin to imagine what emotions will go through Minfilia's heart when she reunites with her mother after all these years. These are only level 70. We need a level 130. We'll take the money again. So this is going to do it for this episode. Again, a lot of talking, but again, there's probably going to be a lot of story progression before we get to really any action here. Um, but if you did make it this far, I thank you very much for watching. And if you didn't, thank you again for taking a peek. If there's anything you have questions on, anything you want me to cover, side quests or whatever, leave it in the comments below, and I will do my best to answer or even do a video on that. Anyway, until then, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.